Draws defenders, drops it off. John Maxey makes them pay.
Maxey now 6 for 6.
Well, he scores those quiet points. I like the way he plays.
Rimbert off the inbounds. Cannot leave him open. 6 3-pointers for Rimbert here tonight. He has 22. Nearly half of the Bucks' points.
He's a guy, he can really play the game. He can score on the move as well as catch and shoot. I love when the ball hits his hand, how fast he gets it off so quick.
And a timeout has been called by Eddie Payne. The Bucks on
competitively, as is the A-Sun. A 1-2-2 zone by the Bucks. That's another change.
Inside, and Maxey gets fouled on the play, and that'll put John Maxey at the line.
Well, you couldn't draw it up any better. You couldn't. The ball moving around the perimeter, went one side to side, back into the post, and dropped it off to a second post player for a wide open foul.
And Lester Wilson now has 3 personal fouls.
Lester has a trouble with defense at times, but he's a great offensive player, especially if you get him the ball in scoring situations.
Maxey, perfect night going on. Maxey 6 of 6 from the floor, now 1 for 1 at the line, and has 13 points.
He drew my attention when he was a block shot leader in the league a year ago, and I don't know where he stands exactly now, but I tell you one thing, he is doing some good things offensively.
Maxey is the number 3 shot blocker in program history. Nearly stolen by Maxey. Riley misses the 3. Glenn the rebound for the Spartans.
Great job of blocking out by Ricardo Glenn.
Upstate comes down the floor, a chance to tie or take the lead. Pass from Green, intercepted. Maxey gets it back, goes inside to Glenn, had it slip out of his hands. Battling underneath, real battle going on, and Gadsden Gilliard ends up with the rebound ahead to Riley. They whip it around, nearly stolen by Craig. Lester Wilson sinks the shot.
Jalen Riley gets credit for that basket. Now moving the basketball, getting people open.
5-point lead. And Maxey can't miss.
Well, you could leave him open a year ago. You can't leave him open now.
A perfect 7 for 7 and 2 for 2 at the line. Lester Wilson. And Glenn grabs the rebound, gets it to Blessing. Green had his pass stolen. Ty Green really struggling right now.
Really struggling. Great job by Lester Wilson to get back on defense. Coach Bardo will be happy with that.
Opening 5.5 minutes of the second half has not disappointed. Bucks up by 3.
The Spartans do a good job of keeping the ball out of the hands of the point guard. They have to work twice as hard to get it as normal. What a great defensive job by Mario Blessing on Riley, who's quick as a cat.
Yeah, Riley has scored only 3 points, and that is a shot clock violation on the Bucks, who lost track of the shot clock coming out of the timeout. 8th turnover for the Buccaneers. They are one of the best teams in the conference at taking care of the basketball. They commit less than 12 turns per game, which is number 1.
Well, that was good defense, just great defense by Mario Blessing that created that turnover. Upstate 11 turnovers, 11 points off turnovers.
Miller. Rebound, Stevens underneath. Got fouled in the basket.
And he made the gymnastics team on right after it was over.
Acrobatic basket by Stevens.
Take a look. He's been hit before, you could tell.
Now a chance to try to complete the three-point play.
I'd say a good blockout job of the Bucks right there.
1 point game as we tick under 14 minutes to play.
Well, this is two good teams playing one another.
Olamuyiwa chases it down after a bad pass intended for Hunter Harris.
Well, I love the defense by Mario Blessing tonight.
And traveling is the call. Babatunde Olamuyiwa, the other senior out of the four, and Pat Adams. Not sure quite what happened there. Looked like there was some conversation going on.
Well, the game's real physical by the inside people now. They're going to have to call something in there to get them thinking the way the referees want them to.
Rembert takes it inside, shovels the ball to Hunter Harris. Long rebound that Harris is able to get himself, and he had it knocked away by Stevens. Green fouled hard on the play by Rembert. And Rembert,
so if you're going to foul somebody on a layup, do not give a great steal. Ty Green needing something good to happen, make something happen by taking the blow, going to the free throw line.
Rembert picks up his third personal foul.
Before his injury, what was an outstanding free throw shooter.
Shooting 84.8% at the foul line this season, averaging 15 points per game, a team-leading 3.5 assists per game, and playing a team-leading 35 minutes per game. But his season not derailed, but slowed after he missed 8 games with a broken hand. Just returned on this past Saturday's game at Jacksonville.
And he hasn't got his game back yet, but he will. He gives too much effort not to.
First couple of points for Ty Green here tonight.
You got to love the way they've been defending the point players for the Bucks, because those are two very good point players to have to guard.
Merriweather to the basket. Gadsden Gilliard inside was fouled on the putback.
Boy, Gadsden Gilliard has been a beast at times. Well, he's a big guy.
Ty Green picks up his second foul.
He's 6'8", and I would venture to say 240.
He's listed at 250.
Yeah, that's even better. And he uses that weight extremely well. And I don't think there's a lot of fat involved in that weight right there. I like the way he plays.
Game tied at 50. And Glenn snags the rebound. Ball taken away by Merriweather.
Boy, Merriweather he's like John Maxey. He does great things, but you don't see a lot of it in the stats. He's been outstanding tonight.
Riley shoots the Bucks back into the lead.
Turnovers cost you 2.
Our 9th lead change here. We've had 5 ties.
I don't know what people paid to get in, but they're getting their money's worth tonight.
Green. And you mentioned it a couple of moments ago when he passed that ball to Maxey that maybe that would get him going, and Green now hits his first field goal of the game. And a turnover.
I did not see that one coming.
Palming the ball is the call by Darrell Smith, and we have a timeout. 11:55 to play and tied at 52.
The three-point shot, especially when they got the inside power that they have.
Green gives up the shot, gets it to Miller.
Good patience right now.
Down to 10 on the shot clock. Stevens scoops it in, and the Spartans have the lead.
He's had 2 big baskets lately. Great job by Stevens.
Gadsden Gilliard ties the game.
I tell you what, Gadsden Gilliard does a lot of good things. He's a great driver. He's a great defensive rebound. He's a great assist guy. He has the all-around game down.
That was his first field goal of the contest. Ricardo Glenn muscles it in. Glenn now with 15 and 7.
Well, that's where you got to go. You got to go in there, and he's either got to score it or kick it out and get something. They don't need to be working to get threes off the dribble.
It's now a 32-8 advantage for the Spartans. Points in the paint. Merriweather beat his man.
Well, we talked about Jalen Riley. A.J. Merriweather's been very good at getting into that lane and making things happen. They got the zone spread really wide right now. After a few passes, they'll be able to go inside.
Inside to Glenn again, and one.
Well, that zone that the Bucks played in was tailor-made to throw the ball inside. And if you've got a good team, they will recognize that, and that's what happened by the Spartans on that play. And I tell you what, Ricardo Glenn has really turned into a very good shooter, turning to both shoulders. He can turn to his right shoulder, he can turn to his left shoulder, and he just made a great move.
16 fouls now on the Bucks, only 2 on the Spartans here in the second half. And that's also reflective of the style of play, because the Spartans are taking the ball inside on offense. They're drawing fouls. Buccaneers are shooting jump shots and three-point shots.
That's exactly
not going
right.
to get fouled on your three-point shot, not often at least. Glenn at the line trying to complete the three-point plays. 3 for 4 at the line.
You made an excellent point there. It's hard to foul jump shooters.
Well, it's silly to foul jump shooters.
Silly too, right. Don't ever foul a jump shooter. I'm not sure that's really an accurate statement, but you shouldn't foul a three-point jump shooter ever.
Hunter Harris, and a foul is going to be called on Glenn. Glenn picks up his first personal foul.
That was a foul on the ball. Now, you can live with those. Those fouls away from the ball that are physically caused are not really good fouls, and he really did commit a foul then.
Well, Coach, the reason why coaches always say don't foul a jump shooter, it's simple math, because if you foul a jump shooter, if it's a mid-range shot, it's maybe a 45% shot. If it's a three-point shot, it's probably a 35% shot. You foul them, you're giving them a 70-point shot at the foul line, so it's just math. You're giving them an easier shot.
Absolutely. I tell you something that's happening right now is the Spartans are turning the Bucks over, and that wasn't happening all early in the game, and nothing good was happening. Now something good is happening on turnovers.
5 turnovers for the Bucks here in this half, and they now have 12 in the game.
This is a good change of defense. Get into a three-quarter court 1-3-1 type zone or 1-2-2. Make them move the ball to get over.
Torrey Craig. Been a very quiet senior night for Torrey Craig, who's now 2 for 7 on his shots and has only 5 points.
That was a shot that shouldn't have been taken. That was too early in the shot clock, even for a great scorer like Torrey Craig.
Torrey Craig is one of the most prolific scorers in Atlantic Sun history, but quite often, at least for my taste, he settles too much for the jump shot.
Oh, he does, and he'll settle for a bad shot. But you got to live with that. He is so good at what he does. You got to live with those things. But taking a shot that early in the shot clock with a game as tight as this game is not a good thing to do.
He's got the physical ability to get the ball to the rim. He's got the physical ability to be a factor on the offensive glass and score points that way. Here tonight, he has settled on shots. Gadsden Gilliard the miss, and Ricardo Glenn.
Oh, what a rebound.
He doesn't settle, does he?
He doesn't settle.
8 boards for Glenn, 18 points.
He should be in the conversation for all conference. He really should.
Well, Eddie Payne says he should be in the conversation for Player of the Year.
He would be in mine.
Well, if they were battling for the conference title, that probably would be the case. As it is, they're battling for a number 3 seed. Craig dumps it inside to Maxey, and Maxey got fouled on the play by Hunter Harris.
All right, we just saw another part of Torrey Craig's game. He can pass the basketball. He is really not a selfish player. He looks that way at times, but he's not. He'll hit the open guy.
So now, with this foul right here on Maxey, that's going to put
in the bonus.
Spartans in the bonus for the final 8:50 of this ball game. 17 fouls now on East Tennessee State, and still only 4 fouls called on Upstate. And Maxey continues his spectacular senior night. Coach, he's now 3 for 3 at the foul line. He's 7 of 8 from the floor, and he has 17 points.
Yeah, and I don't remember that shot. I don't remember that miss that he supposedly has on the charts. I thought he had hit everything that he'd put up. I like John Maxey. I always have, because he plays so hard on defense, and he's a high-energy player.
Been a good senior night for John Maxey. This is the largest lead for the Spartans, 5 points.
Well, the Bucks don't need to try to get this back real quick by taking bad shots. They need to get a catch-and-shoot 3-point shot.
Lob up for Riley, and Riley was nowhere near it. Wow, look at the hustle by Ricardo Glenn.
What a player. What a player. No, that's good not to shoot that shot. They're trying to spread the zone right now, trying to get it inside. They're unable to do that. They're doing a great job with the zone right now.
Green with a man in his face. Good defense that time.
A little bit quicker than I think they would have wanted.
P.D. McLean was right in his face. Maxey another rebound after the miss by Riley.
Well, Maxey's an outstanding rebounder. You got 3 very, very good rebounders on this Spartan team.
28 of the Bucks' 50 field goal attempts have been behind the arc. Green.
That's another quick shot that shouldn't have been taken.
McLean takes it back the other way and blew the layup.
They got to be more selective. Even though they're ahead, they got to be more selective with their shots right now. They're shooting the ball too quick, and the wrong people taking the shots.
Glenn put it on the floor, had a swipe from behind by McLean. Ahead to Rimbert. Rimbert goes coast to coast and was fouled by Green on the play.
What a great job of playing defense, taking the ball away in the post area and streaking down the floor and getting something good.
Rimbert now with 26 points. Mark Fox, his team picked to finish 11th in the conference, a solid number 3 in the SEC standings going into the final week of the regular season. Rimbert completes the 3-point play. I think going to the break I said he had 26. That free throw actually gives him 25 now. Blessing down on the deck gets
Great
the timeout.
job of calling timeout, Matt.
He was in a heap of trouble right there, and he slid into second base and covered the ball.
Well, that was really a terrific play by Mario Blessing. Lost the ball, but he got it back with a great timeout call. Too many turnovers right.
Court advantage, and the winner of this ball game may ultimately determine who the number 1 seed is between Florida Gulf Coast and Mercer because of the tiebreakers. Lob up top, and Olemuyiwa could not finish it, but he got fouled on the play.
I tell you, they're very unselfish, but you want to make lobs play with great hands, and Olamui did not have the great hands on that play right there. He got a little bit of contact, though. That had something to do with it.
Yeah, he got undercut on the play, so Olemuyiwa is going to go to the foul line after the foul was called on P.D. McLean, number 2 on him. Olemuyiwa only 8 of 16 at the foul line this season.
Well, that pass was another quick shot, and if he doesn't make this one, it's almost like a turnover.
Half a turnover. How about
half a
that?
turnover. I've never heard that, but I'll go with you.
3-point lead for the Spartans, under 7 minutes to play.
Well, the Spartans have got a guard against a 3 right now.
Riley on the drive and got defensed on the play. They've really